The third of the four big mindsets that keep us stuck in struggle, striving, and surviving when we were meant to thrive is scarcity. We've talked about the scarcity mindset already as I challenged you to shift into the abundance mindset at the beginning of this year. Yet the scarcity mindset is so pervasive and paralyzing for so many of us that it's worthy of diving into again. We're powerful divine beings with unlimited potential, unlimited resources and support to help us fulfill our destiny. But we choose to live like paupers instead of the princes and the princesses that we really are as God's children. And in the beginning in the garden, when Adam and Eve bought into the lie, shame and fear entered their heart, and it warped their perspective of who they were and who God is. And they learned these new patterns of coping and behaving from an orphan mindset instead of living like sons and daughters. And we, as ancestors of Adam and Eve, have inherited this same orphan mindset. And our experiences have created a disconnect for us that keeps us stuck in the belief that there's never enough. There's never enough time, there's never enough money, enough resources, or enough support. And again, we believe that old lie that we can't trust God's love or His provision, that He's not going to come through for us. And so we have to make things happen for ourselves. We feel that we're on our own and we're going to have to go without, and so we've got to figure it out for ourselves and hold on to every little thing that we have for fear of lack. So we strive, we struggle to get what we can, and as a result of this mindset, we feel slighted all the time. We tell ourselves things like, I have to work harder to get half of what everybody else does. And what I need and want isn't available to me. And to have that, I have to sacrifice this. I can't trust God to fill in my gaps. I have to do it for myself. And I have to fill in everybody else's gaps too, because I can't trust anybody else to come through for me. I have to keep doing what makes me miserable because I have no other choice. We live in this constant paralyzing fear and doubt that we won't have what we need and want. So we live unclear, unfocused, and unaligned. I want you to think about and actually sit down and write out your scarcity mindsets regarding time, regarding money, support, and resources. What are you believing there's not enough of in your life? And how is that influencing your day and the actions that you take and the things that you feel and think on a daily basis? How are your scarcity mindsets keeping you stuck in the struggle and settling for less? And how would you feel and live differently in life, work, and business if you lived in abundance instead of scarcity? Because it takes that mental shift to shift your reality. You see, we may have fallen prey to the scarcity mindset because of disappointment and lack in our lives that caused us to believe lies about ourselves and about God and what's available to us. We may have learned scarcity from our parents. But no matter how it started, we've got to decide to break the poverty mindset stronghold by receiving from God the revelation of our true identity and our inheritance. We've got to be willing to reprogram our thoughts with God's truth until our beliefs are transformed. Shifting into that abundance mindset is a daily choice for each of us, and it requires us to cultivate a trust in the creative energy and flow of the universe as God created it. We've got to stop focusing on this stockpile of resources that we're waiting to appear and look at the river, the flowing river of abundance that's always available to us. We've got to focus on where we already have more than enough and trust that there is always more available to us. And we've got to stop buying into the lie of scarcity and start trading fear and lack for faith that more is always available, and it's coming. The truth is that resources are always flowing to us in abundance, like that river. And when we're open to receive it, the new flows in when we need it, and the things that no longer serve us flow out. We don't have to be afraid of losing anything because we're always gaining. Then when we begin to think like that, we can live as victors and not victims. We can live as sons and daughters and not as orphans. You see, abundance and prosperity are our inheritance. Promised land living is our birthright. And as warriors, we've got to claim ownership and step into what is ours to possess.